That's how they get ya. And good morning, fellow Smackians. ICCS on here, back with another live stream. And today, we're gonna do some pixel art. Because why not? Why not? We have no reason not to. That's why. Alright. I'm just looking to throw the link up onto the Twitch. Yep. Excellent. Alright. Doom. Copy the link over. Boom. Done. Posted. Looks great. All right. Excellent. So, let's get to it, shall we? Let's launch this up. It's been quite a while since I've actually done any work. So this could very much end up being very awkward. But oh, I've got some of my old stuff in here. Interesting. I kind of want to open an old file just out of curiosity. Oh, you know what I should do though is put on music so that it's not quiet. Hopefully not too loud. All right. Let's see. Idle animation. Whoa. Did it work? Is this it? Can I play it like this? That was a little weird. Alright. There we go. We should be... Oh yeah, I forgot to... Does my computer recognize Aseprite as a game? It looks like it does. Let's go ahead and change that then. Aseprite. Boom, boom. Is it not recognizing? Alright, we're just going to do it this way then, shall we? There we go. So this was an old thing of mine. I'm not working on that today though. Was this the whole one? Yeah, this was the idle. Haha. Alright. I forgot how slow and awkward this was. Oh boy. Alright. What we're gonna do... Let's start a new file. And we're gonna go... 32 by 32. Not 2432. Alright, RGBA, transparent background... Yeah, square pixels. Okay. So, kind of had a thing in mind of doing. Mainly because I am trying to ramp into a certain project and it needs kind of an animated graphic, so to say. And And I have a really good idea for what to do. I've just got to make the thing. So I was kind of using today as a double productivity day where I stream, but I also make progress in some of my other stuff and do some pixel art. So I just got to get familiar with all of this stuff once again. Let's see here. We want a new... Can we make a new color palette? Yes. Edit palette. Can I just make a new one though? Ooh, there's like a bunch. Game Boy Color Type 1. Weird. Web safe colors? Huh. How do I start a new palette? Maybe up here. New brush, fill stroke. Invert color. Rotate canvas, duplicate. Layers. For animation. Color range. That's fine. Then I'll just use this then as a base. Let's see. We want to go to the dark kind of purpley blue section. And we're gonna go right down in here. Almost a black, basically. I'm gonna add that as a palette color. Yeah. And then we want to go... Probably a little bit. See. This brings up the saturation. Okay, you know what? That's not for now. Just because... Okay, I need to visualize exactly what I need for the sprite. Basically, I need this figure to appear in and walk. So let's just make the generic figure first. And then once we see exactly what we're working with, we'll be able to like fill in animation frames and stuff. So let's just start with this color, and we'll go for it, I guess. I just realized how unsynced my poor tablet is. Okay. Gotta fix the syncing issues here. Tablet, pen, mapping. Here we go. Mode, pen, screen area, monitor 1. There. So that's the left. That's the right. That's the top margin, and that's the bottom. Excellent. That's all we wanted. Perfect. Works for me. Now, trying to visualize this. Trying to visualize. Let's go with like I'm not necessarily asking for hate. People can be nice. I believe in the capabilities of humanity, Orgne. Also, welcome, and man, it's been a very long time since I've seen you. I don't know how to do feet. Feet are stupid. Feet suck. I guess it doesn't really need to be feet, like... it kind of does, actually, because it's legs. I mean, they're beefy legs, but... That just looks kind of weird. I guess it doesn't need to be perfect. Like, it can be abstract, right? So, whoa, that's not what we want our background color to be. We want our background color to be transparento. Okay, or not. Alright. Orgne the God Almighty. Wow. I can't believe it's been so long, man. Where have you been? Connor hasn't been streaming either. This kind of is starting to look like he's looking to the right, the way that the legs are, which is kind of not what I'm going for. I wonder if I can flip it around. That's not exactly what I wanted. I've got two of those. You hop in when you can. That's fair. Fair. Things be busy. So I definitely understand. Simply because I'd, like to stream more than I do. But unfortunately, that's a difficult reality. I want to rotate. I want to flip it vertical. You right? Oh, no, that's not right. Rip. That's the opposite of what we wanted. Okay, frame. Where did it go? Rotate canvas, flip vertical, sprite, rotate canvas, flip horizontal. There we go. I could optionally just build it looking to the right because it's kind of more natural, and then I'll just flip it after the fact. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it that way. All right. Back to drawing. How do we want to do this? But how have you been? Like, give me the update, man. We gotta catch up now that you're here. This is not exactly how I envisioned this pixel art going. Focusing on work and school. I love how you put that. Slave to reality. That's what reality is, isn't it? Unfortunately. That is not what we wanted. Can we have like a lasso? Yeah, there we go. We wanted a lasso. That's what we want. Excellent. Okay, now we move this guy out. And we're gonna bulk it up more. As long as you can find time to relax and slow down every once in a while, it's beneficial for one's sanity to slow down every once in a while, even if it's busy and it doesn't seem like you really get a chance to. Like the other day, I was struggling a little bit more than usual. I had been busy and wasn't getting much done. And I don't want that pixel there. There we go. And, sometimes I get in a mood where I just have so many thoughts. And there's just too many. To the point where I can't clearly think about anything because everything's swirling around. So it was nice out for once. Canada weather, not great. But for once, it was nice out. And I went outside. Well, I got home from work and I just took my shoes off and walked outside. And it's crazy how nice it is to not have shoes on and just walk in the dirt. Like, seriously. It's crazy. You know what I'm gonna do? Because I'm not playing a game, I realize let's duplicate the city skylines thing, and we're gonna name this chill. And what the chill scene collection is, are we on it? Yes. The chill scene collection is going to be a bigger camera because we're just sitting here doing pixel art. So we can have a bigger camera. But no, it's so nice to like be outside in your bare feet because it feels incredibly good, especially when you do a lot of stuff online and with electronics. It's nice to just reconnect with the earth. So, I sat there, listened to the birds for a little bit, and there we go. I moved my camera. I am bigger. It's easier to see me now because there's not a whole lot going on, and it can be more of a conversation type stream thing. Hello, Hollow Coyote. Yes, it's been a while. Welcome, welcome. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. All right. Whoa. Okay. You know what? Lasso tool. There we go. I'm missing a pixel, but you know what? That's fine. I'm allowed to miss a pixel, okay? I'm allowed to. Is this what we want this sword to look like? It's kind of hard to get a sword to look exactly the way that you want it to, but when you're working with this small of a resolution, but I can try, that's for sure. We should have put this sword. You're just chilling? That's good. That's good to hear. Oh, that's not exactly what we wanted. Okay, there we go. Let's take a new selection. We're going to grab the sword. And everything else. Okay, just the sword, right? Yeah, that's the sword. Excellent. So just the sword, and we're actually going to move... Hey, I want that part of the... You foolish mortal. Okay. I guess I got to redraw my lasso. But glad you're having a good day. Okay, how do we make a new layer? Like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to Control C, and we're going to go into here, and we're going to Control V, and then what? Okay, so we have another sword, but the question is, if we try to erase the guy, will it? No, because we're on the wrong layer. Excellent. So I duplicated the layer. So I'll just rename this layer. Can I do that? Can I rename layers? I can. This one's going to be sword. Layer 1 is going to be the Void Terror. And then let's just delete this. So if we're selected on sword, we can't actually erase this sword, but if we're on void tear, then we'll be able to erase. Excellent. Why did it all come back? We may never know. Oh, thank you, Ansco. I appreciate you dropping in, even if it's for a brief moment. Thanks for saying hi. Good luck getting your stuff done. But thank you, man. And I hope you have a good day as well. Getting your stuff done. Or after, if it's unpleasant. I wouldn't know, but enjoy yourself. All right. So let's turn off the sword layer. Or do we want to? Because the Void Terror right now looks a little odd. I was kind of imagining him being more chunky. You know what? Actually, what we're going to do is I want to make this sword for now. It's not going to stay this color. I want to, for now, make it just a white so that I can differentiate the sword from the actual figure. A little hard to look at, but that's okay. Okay, back to the Void Terror, back to the blue. What we're going to do is... We definitely want him to be chunkier. There's a lot more screen over here. So let's make him a little bit more chunkier, shall we? Like, he should have huge feet. Yeah, that's already infinitely better. I know there's a sword here, but the sword goes over. So we'll actually undo the sword here for a brief time. Let's cut this back just a bit. Because I know I want this chunky, but... We don't want it to look like he has, like, balloon pants. Like, he is this giant, massive, like, hulking shadow creature. His body should be humongoid. Yeah, here we go. Although for this pixel size, he's a little, he's getting cut off here. I need to go higher. Actually, that's not terrible. Realistically. Oh, I don't like how that looks. We have to head to work. Thanks, Orgne. It was a pleasure seeing you again. Glad you could grace me with your presence. Have a good day. And good luck with your work. Yeah. Trying to envision this character is very difficult. Let's get our deep red eyes. And actually, his whole thing is he is angry, so it should be something along the lines of the angry eyebrows, because angry eyebrows are in, right? It's more of an angry face. And then the thing about the Void Terror is there's like wispy shadows coming off of him. Yeah. Like he's kind of amorphous. This is actually not looking too bad right now. If we add in the sword again, why does the sword layer awkwardly do that? When did I draw that in? Okay, let's go back to the sword layer and delete all of that. Excellent. Back to the Void Terror. Sword. Excellent. Okay. I kind of want to, because the sword is just like glaring in my face, I kind of want to make it easier on my eyes. And do this. Alright, the Void Terror. So, now the problem is, because it's a different layer, can I merge down? No, I don't want to merge it. Properties. No, no. I want to... I don't want it to be the top one. I want them to swap places. Maybe that's not possible. Group. Layer. It's a little frustrating. There's that text feature? Fancy. Alright. Jump to... No. Don't think we're getting an option, everyone. Doesn't look like it. Alright. Gonna have to deal. Sadly. Gonna have to deal. Alright, so what we can do is we'll just be on the sword layer and we'll have the Void Terror's amorphous body, like, kind of grabbed onto the sword. I should probably just do the hand on a separate layer. Because I feel like I'm going to regret that later on. And I dropped my drawing pencil. Okay. I think I want the sword to be chunkier too. Chunky man needs chunky sword. Like real chunky sword. Maybe not quite that chunky there. Like, more like that. So maybe not this whole side. That's a thicker sword though. So how does that look? Not bad. It's given me a little bit Spider-Man because of the eyes, and a little bit Venom because of the color, which is kind of not what I'm going for. How do we want to do? There we go. Can you guys hear the music, by the way? I'm gonna just check. Can you guys hear the music, by the way? I'm gonna just check. Okay, it's very, very quiet. So, I'm gonna definitely turn that up. Both for me, but mainly in stream. Probably up to here. That's better, because I'm louder. Now you can actually hear some things, maybe. And it won't be dead silent. Alright. What do we want to do? I almost want him to be even more chunky, which might seem impossible, but oh no, we're on the sword layer. Okay. Back to the Void Terror. Make him a little bit more chunky. Probably by just making him seem shorter with his legs, like the sprite itself. And he'll be a little bit more... Yeah. Just a little bit more... Yeah. It's kind of partially boogie woogie From Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what I'm feeling from this too. Alright. Question is, do we want him to be back more? Because I think in the animation, I want his arm to swing forward as he's walking. Like, this arm will swing forward, and the sword will just be dragging behind. That means we've got to bring the sword over more. So let's grab our lasso. And... oh, but we're on the void terror. There we go. Sword. And then we'll drag the sword over. Because him walking will just be like this. Because changing the angle of the sword might be awkward for animation. I think. And this also doesn't look like he's holding it, just because of the colors. But that's fine. We're going to add colors for definition. If the sword's over more... actually, we can make the sword look even chunkier if it's over more. Which is kind of what I wanted. Like, if I put it here... yeah, that's what we want. Okay, and then we'll bring the sword down more. Awesome, even longer sword. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab another color, probably something lighter because of his front arm. So we want to choose a color slightly towards yellow. Yeah. And then we're gonna go up just a bit more in the brightness and hue and everything. And we'll save that. And let's see what this looks like, shall we? So we probably want it on the sword layer. We want to do the hand. How visible is that? Not really, actually. Okay, we probably want to go even brighter then. Let's go with this shade right here. Sure. And we're on sword layer already, so that actually is a lot more readable. Okay, so how is he holding it? Because he's walking and dragging the sword behind him. I'm almost thinking I should change the canvas size because I'm feeling like the canvas size is constraining me right now. Because it's not going in a game or anything. I don't have to stick to a certain scaling. Alright, let's edit the file size, shall we? Can we? Canvas size. we want to add pixels. We want to add pixels to the left in the form of another 16. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Probably. That's probably absolutely plenty. And then probably off the top, let's do another 16 just to make it an even Steven. Sounds good. 16. Remove pixels from image cells that will be no. Awesome. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab everything. That's not grabbing everything. Alright. And we're gonna just slide it all over. Oh yeah. Let's Control Z. And we actually want to select both layers and drag both. Why are you locked? Don't be locked. Okay. Okay, whatever. Let's you know what? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Void tear. Selection tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Now, we can actually make him bigger too, which the problem with making him bigger is the sword would start to look tiny. And in comparison to this, like, he just looks like he's normal size. The problem is a person is about that size to this man. And actually, I kind of want to leave that over there just as a sense of like, here, look at how big you are. We're not going to forget that now. So we have room to work with the animation. It's a little bit bigger than we need to be, but that's fine. That's okay. Mainly because we want this sword dragging behind him. So let's, whoops. Okay. We want this sword dragging behind him. Right? So the idea is he's bigger than the sword. Void tear. We're going to actually bump him up to probably about here. And we will take our pencil. And we're just going to bring up his body. His whole body can just extend up this way. Let's just undo the sword for a minute here. His legs will have to grow just so that he's more kind of his size. This is going to be his shoulder blade. And this is kind of his other shoulder here. So the sword will actually be kind of where his arm is. Yeah. his arm can actually be, if he's grasping the sword from there. Are we on the sword layer? We shouldn't be anymore. Let's take that one off. Void Terror. Okay, so what we're going to actually do is we're going to also put the Void Terror layer, that hand, and then we're just going to drag up his arm to his shoulder blade that we kind of previously mentioned. Thing is he's got a chunky hand, chunky arm as well. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Okay. And then with that size, I actually want his head a little bit bigger. Not boxier, but like a little bit bigger. That's actually, yes, that's what we want. Okay, eyeballs will be even angrier. Well, actually, the thing is he's kind of walking in the other direction. So we almost want, we have to play with perspective here. And we're gonna have his eyes, like one here, and then the majority of them on this side. Why does that not look angry? Would it look better if we just demolish one of the eyes and we only keep one? And we say, you know, here's the eye. That looks more like he's looking in that direction, actually. And that he's angry. So let's keep that. Thing is, in order to translate that now, we need the shoulder blade to almost be in a different location. So more like here-ish. And then because of that, we got to bring his arm down. But thing is he's chunky, right? So we want to not forget that. Not forget that he's chunky. And I kind of liked how his arm actually arced a second ago. There we go. I kind of liked that. And we'll... Yeah. It's not realistic, though, is the problem. The joint would work the other direction, so it makes more sense for the arc to be like that. And then us go, okay, well, it cuts from there. And then we've just got to put in his chunky body back. I don't like how that looks. That's better. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. We actually want a little bit around here. Yeah, there we go. Joints are hard, guys. Joints are very hard. That looks terrible. I'm not gonna lie. That looks absolutely god-awful. It's the angle of the sword. The arm isn't too bad, but it's the angle of the sword. How it like... And then the sword just goes... Like the arm almost needs to hang lower to the ground, and the sword needs to just drag more. So let's go back to the sword layer and redesign our sword in the same pixel amount. What's our line? What's our line? We have a full thing plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Full thing plus 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 4. Okay, so we have until the end here, which we kind of want to make here-ish. And we want to do like this. Sure. More like that. Drawing swords not on perfect 45-degree angles with pixel art is nigh impossible. Let's just start here. And we want it to be a thick blade. That's fine. Okay. So we kind of have a 2-2-2 thing going on. Okay. What was the problem over here? The arm was, well, we're gonna have to redo the arm anyway if it's lower, right? So we could almost... We can make it longer if we wanted. Let's do that. Let's make it longer. We can do anything we want. It's our pixel art. Okay. Sure. And then we want the cross brace to be there, the cross guard. Nope. Yeah, like that. And then that was the handle. The hilt of the sword. There we go. Actually, that's a little off. There we go. That's the sword. We could even come over like one more. Just so we can round out the hilt, which is gonna be like a dot. And the sword. The cross brace does not need to be that long. That's not bad. I'm actually happy with that. I just kind of want to add some depth to the bottom side of the sword because the way I've envisioned this sword is it's big, it's a great sword. It's got some heft to it, and one side has a vicious cleaving section to it. Cool. So now we take our new sword. Let's get rid of the old sword. And just drag it up for now. And we're going to bring this all the way back across. Bring in the void tear. And let's figure out where we want to do the arm. Oh, I guess we should might even be better just to like track where this shoulder blade is and erase the rest of the arm, because then we can just take the arm down wherever we want instead of finicking with it. Yeah, so now this will look a lot better actually. Now the arm will actually just come down. And it should just wrap around this sword. Let's keep the blue down to... Kind of even want to put a pixel there. Yeah. That's looking a million times better than the old sword. It was the sword. The sword was the problem. And I just realized I drew in awkwardly a bunch of different things there. Which, if we erase the void tear, doesn't look so great. So let's just select void tear. And then we're going to go over all this arm again. Okay, and if we deselect the sword, we missed these 2 pixels here. And that's it. Okay. On the sword layer, we don't want... Probably we don't want this guy. But we can erase all of these, because that's all part of the void tear layer. And then let's just grab this, and we will delete it. Awesome. Now the other thing that's a problem here is the legs are currently set up like he's facing towards the camera, but he's actually facing to the right. Which, you know, in the end of all of this, I realize we are going to flip it. Whoa, that just looks weird. Alright, that was awkward. Let's undo that. So that actually just flips that layer. Weird. Alright, that's fine. Let's keep going. Shall we? We don't actually need this blue grid. There we go. Looks better without it. So let's go with our dark blue, and we're going to just make a few adjustments to the legs here. Like, actually, let's take a selection from the leg. And I think what we want to do is just flip it. Kind of. So we're going to get rid of these lines, and we're going to bring the knee out a little bit more, kind of like that. And I know I had wispy smoke there, but that's fine. Let's cut this back just a bit. There we go. No, this darker blue signifies the further back kind of layer. So this is his back leg. Like the one away. Does that look good? Probably not. We're going to be fiddling at this all day if we really wanted to, but I think that'll do. Okay. So let's just get rid of this little character on the bottom. How do I want to proceed? When people are walking, they walk with the opposite arm forward, right? I believe so, so... yeah. Every other frame is just gonna... So we have sword layer, we have void terror layer. We should almost have the smoke on a separate layer, so let's do that. Let's add a new layer. Let's turn off that. And we're just gonna go through on this layer. And we're gonna select all of these. Excellent. We're going to turn that layer off, select Void Terror, and then just erase them. Fantastic. The smoke really helps, I gotta say. Alright, so... the next stage is to detail him, which is the hard part. Because he's shadow. So adding light is something that's kind of difficult. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a kind of a gray as a brighter than black. And if we use our old purple here, let's go down the line. Because this isn't straight black, is it, that we're using? This is that dark, 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 dark blue. Which should almost be what the shade of things is. So what we're going to do is, wait, this and this is the same color, right? Yeah. Is invert these. So I want this black to be here, and I want this middle color to be up here. Which sounds a little difficult, but we'll manage. So turn all these other layers off. Smoke. Okay. And we're going to all the blue, including this, can be changed to, nope, that's the wrong color. So all the blue except for which? Those ones, I believe. Yep. All right. So let's just caps this in. Then we'll take the dark color and we will do this. And then we'll know that the rest of this is this color. So let's just grab our paint bucket actually and make this faster. Is there a paint bucket tool? There is. Kablam. Same thing for this side. It's not as punchy because it's more blue. I want it to be more black. Let's see what happens if we paint bucket it now. The black is just kind of, it's so close to the same shade that very difficult to actually tell. Alright, time to hit the internet. Pixel art of shadow monsters. I want to see what people have done with color. There's the Don't Starve ones, which are just pure black. Apparently. Whoa, there's some crazy stuff. I may as well show you guys. Why not? This isn't my art. Disclaimer. This is not my art. So that is just black with a gray outline instead. So I might actually just want to go with that because it's more of a, it'll be more impactful and it's kind of hard to shadow. Can't really shade shadow. So I'm gonna keep looking at ideas, but black with the gray outline is honestly not a bad idea. Is there anything else interesting? Oh, there's the thing from Stranger Things. Spoilers. If people care about that kind of thing. Whoa, now you can see everything. You saw it all! Yeah, look, here's the red. Ooh, having a dramatic, like, smile on it might be a really good idea on the Void Terror. Shadow the Hedgehog. Cool. There's a lot of people doing the Demogorgon. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's stuff like this where people have done like purples. I'm not an artist, guys. I'm really not. I can't do art. Hey, look. It's a septic eye. Okay. 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 I think I have some ideas. So we want a kind of gray outline. Dark gray outline. That's a paint bucket tool, my friends. Okay. You know what? I'm an idiot. I closed the thing down. Like a fool. Closed it down like a fool. Do outlines usually do corner connections? You know what? I gotta type that back in. Where did that specific one go with the shading? It was pretty high up on the list. There it is. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's not connected corners. Okay. That I can easily accommodate for. Alright. Here we go. Let's make some progress, shall we? That's not the right blue. Alright. Damn it. Misclick. Where did my gray go? Why did it move? Probably because I accidentally dragged it along. I'll go back and fix that after. Couldn't be bothered now. Do I need... You know what I did? I closed it again. Yeah, of course the bottom needs to be. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it be? Okay. Alright. Whoops. There we go. We don't need them there. Oh, you know what? It's actually awkward for the bottom. Because that's what we wanted to be the bottom. So we've got to just drag out the back. Yeah, like that. Okay. Cool. I messed up for... Yeah, there it is. Haha, okay. So if we add in the sword, we've got to do the outline of the sword as well. So that's going to end up with all of this. And we can actually simplify this by adding in void terror. Just there. Although it looks like he has a butt now. So let's fix that, shall we? This is back. Do not worry. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Oh my goodness, the clicks. Alright. There we go, that's better. Alright. There we go. How does that look? Not bad. Not bad. Let's grab our paint bucket tool. Let's grab our original dark. This is what undo is made for. What happened there? And how did it get out? Right, because I can't just... Well, why not? Why does it overdo the gray, too? That's what I don't get. It's not like it's not boxed at all. Maybe it's the bottom. Is the bottom what's causing the problem? If we pencil in the bottom... Will it do it? I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. If I gray the bottom, will it still do that? What? Why? How? I'm not going crazy, right? There's no holes. I'm pretty sure there's no holes. What if I do it with pure black? Oh my goodness. Alright, fine. I guess I'll draw it in... Nope, not like that, because that's not a draw tool. There we go. Pencil. I'm gonna miss one, aren't I? It's gonna suck. I can barely tell the difference. Have no idea if you guys can. Thing is, like, I can barely tell the difference, but when you zoom out, you can see it. You can see it, but your eyes have trouble figuring out exactly where. Like, I'm not sure. There it is. Those three. It's hard on the eyes, too. It kind of hurts. Okay. Awesome. And then we can just make this paint bucket tool. Ba-doom. Dark. Oh no. Oh no. I was on the sword layer, guys. I was on the sword layer. No. No. Guys. What have I done? That's why there was a weird gray line there. Everything makes sense now. Okay. So back to the Void Terror layer. We actually want to adjust this. Adjust this. Yeah. So it doesn't look like he has like a butt sticking out. Okay. Great. Fantastic. We're on the right layer this time. Let's not make any mistakes, shall we? Okay. Paint bucket tool, dark gray, boom. That looks much better. Excellent. Okay, that was agonizingly painful. So color-wise, we actually want like a... I almost want to be more of a purple. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That looks ominous. Alright. Haha. Names in the dimension after all. Ominous. Alright. Now we just have to kind of adjust the sword color, which is supposed to be dark too. And maybe what we can do is we can just take a dark gray. Like not something black, but just a very dark gray. Maybe on the side of blue, just a little bit. A dark gray like that. Sure. Sounds good to me. That's not what we wanted, sir. Okay, sword layer. Badoom. There we go. Dark gray. It's kind of hard on the gray outline to notice, but you know what? It's contained. Doesn't look totally awful. And I'm kind of wanting, actually, a pixel there. Oh, no. Okay. Pen, void tear, kaboom. Alright. We need some shading and depth now. which is hard for a shadow monster. Must say. How do we want to do this? I think what we want is... All right. Okay. Where did it go? I gotta push my furniture around. Oh my, it rolled so far away, guys. It rolled so far away. Stretch. All right. We're back. We are coming back. Let's do it. I just dropped it again. This pencil sucks. All right. Purple. We want a... We just want a little bit of 3D element going on here. So let's just do a slightly darker. Just slightly. Nothing crazy. And we're gonna just on this underside here of the arm, we're gonna hit it up with a darker shade. And then on the sword, these fingers probably there. Yeah. We could even hit this. Yeah, I kind of like that. Nice. All right. And then we want to take this purple again and go just slightly lighter, because we need those highlights. We're going to throw them in there. And we're not going to go crazy down the side, but I will put in like some shine here and there. And then like that's where the hand grasps around, so I'll put shine on the top side of the hand to give it a little bit of extra 3D. That's not bad to me. I can live with that. The eyes, we actually probably want a more vibrant, deeper red as a like an undertone kind of. And then we'll grab a more brighter red from the original, actually. Let's grab it from the original. Slightly brighter, more desaturated. Yeah. For the tip of the mouth. Just to give it a little bit of more variation. And then the shadow inside. Black might be a little bit too standout-ish, but why not? We're going to hit the bottom side of these legs with some shadow. Probably both feet. Okay. Yeah, like just hit all of this. Bottom side of his head. Cool. Okay. Not much. Not too much. Not go absolutely crazy. The sword, we want a darker gray as a shadow. So let's save that, and we'll add that in on the bottom. We actually want the hilt to be pure black. And this part. Actually, that's kind of hard to read. Let's make that the bright red, actually. We can make that the bright red. Just to use that color again a little bit. And then we want to bring in the middle tone. Probably like... just like that, actually. Sure. And then we want to bring in the lighter gray. And hopefully... yeah, we should almost make this one a little bit more blue on the side of lighter. Like more steely almost, because then it'll differentiate it from the border gray. Although it's pretty close, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just take it like that, and it'll look a little bit less. Yeah. And I kind of even want to add in the occasional pixel like that, just to give it some variation. That looks not bad. I'm not mad at that. Cool. So, to animate it, well, thing is, we have smoke. We can put in more smoke. More smoke might be a good thing. Let's put in more smoke. Probably here. Is the smoke black? I think so. Let's do some smoke here. More smoke. Some smoke drifting off him. Let's actually do it like that. Oh, this is the sword layer. Oh, all the shadings on the sword layer too. You can tell that I'm inexperienced with art and with using programs because I don't know how to layer. I mean, I do, kind of, not really. But, be real, I always mess it up. That's upsetting. That's really, really upsetting. Okay. So, let's take off what's already on the smoke layer. We'll select the smoke layer. And then we'll just draw in. Why can't we draw? Oh, because we can't see. Out of curiosity, if I do that. Okay. So the smoke layer. Yeah. So we'll add that to the smoke layer. And we'll add this to the smoke layer. We'll add this to the smoke layer. Oh wait, the idea is we want to do the ones that aren't appearing and disappearing. Okay. That's shading though, so there's a difference there. Okay. So, yeah, so there we go. That's what we wanted. So now we go to the void terror layer. And we click to see it, and we do all the shading that we stupidly put on a different layer. See, I'm very good at making more work for myself. So if that was my goal, I'd like to think I'm good at that, at least. Okay. So if we take off the smoke layer, that's still there. Sword layer. I want to take off all the smoke that's on the sword layer. So not on the void terror, on the sword layer. There we go. We got to be very careful, guys, so that we don't make this mistake again. I probably will. And it will be very tragic. Alright, that's the sword layer. There's still shading and stuff on the sword layer. So let's take our colors back and we'll look at the shading. Okay, void terror. Boom and boom. Dark, boom, boom. Light, boom. Okay, if we deselect that, let's get rid of all that. Awesome. So what else is on the sword layer and shouldn't be that? But we already have that shading in, so we can actually take all that out. Fantastic. Alright. Now it's just this part, which we started doing on Void Terror, but for some reason switched. So we need to put in the dark purple here and here. And all through here. And then we need to take the normal purple. That's that dark purple again. No, this is the normal purple. And we need to, on the sword layer. Actually, that's all fine. It's just we need the light purple now. Where's our light purple? There it is. Okay, so void terror layer. Okay. Sword layer. Okay. So now all that shading is on. So let's take this off. Cool. So that's the sword layer. That's the void terror layer. There isn't any cross shading, and this is the smoke layer. All right, so back to the thing. Smoke. Are we happy with the smoke that we've made? For the most part. Probably. I'd like to think so. I think it's not bad. But we can have like almost thicker smoke coming off the back just because he is walking, right? So, and there's gonna be like a smoke trail almost following in his footsteps. That looks a little weird, like right in front of his face. So I'm going to cut that back into just that. And then we can have one that's like angled down. Yeah, I don't mind that. Actually, it's a little too muddled. Let's do it like that. That looks better. Whoa, when you zoom way out, it just looks really weird. Like that looks like he's just sprouting fur. Eldritcher. Yeah, no. It's just a shadow creature. The Shadow Lord, but... Alright. Are we ready for animation? I think so. We want 60 frames because we want about a second of animation. Because a second goes quick. How do we add frames? I have no idea. Shortcut to end frame. Alt N. How many animation, like, steps do we want? Because we're going to have 60 frames so that when I export it out, it'll just be a minute. And I won't have to worry about that. And I obviously want it to loop right. But, probably want about 5 frames in. Well, no, right off the bat, he'll start to phase in, and we probably want him phased in by frame 10. He'll be this form by frame 10. And then he'll do a cycle of walking. And then he needs to phase out by frame 60 so that he can immediately loop back into phasing in again. How we're doing this, I have no idea. I can't art, so I definitely can't animate. Let's see here. Frame 10 is where we wanted this to end up. So all of the frames before this, we can just kind of... play with, right? So I think every frames 1, 3, 5, 7. No, frames 2. We'll start everything on frame 2, I guess. So frame 1, paint bucket. Actually, it's probably easier to just selection. On frame 1, delete. Sword, frame 1, delete. Void tear, frame 1, delete. And I want to select that, Control C, and then we're just going to go down the line, Control V, or delete, down the line, delete, down the line. Delete, 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 and he's there by frame 10. So the sword even. Delete, 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 delete. Now the smoke is kind of how he's operating in. So the smoke we don't necessarily want to delete, except for that one. So what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll go Control C, and then we'll go back to frame 2, Control V. So frame 2, the smoke shows up, but we don't want it here, of course. And every 2 frames, so 4, 6, and 8, it's going to get into position of becoming the Void Terror. So let's work backwards, actually. I think that'll be easier. And I think frame 9, we still want this here, but like frame 8 and 9, these will be shifted slightly, and they'll fall into place. And we want kind of an amorphous body in place. So I know there's a way to... Where's the onion? How do I onion? Sprite. I know it's in here. I've seen it before. Where is it? Show onion skin. There we go. So if I go to 8, like, you won't see it, but here we can see him. So we are going to start with the black. Because it folds down. Okay, so smoke. This is still all going to be smoke layer as well. And we're going to want a fairly rough version of the Void Terror. Kind of... very rough form. With kind of a rough sword outline as well. I'm anticipating this looking like absolute garbage, by the way. Just saying. Alright. So, it's just gonna like, whoosh. Is that how it's gonna work? Just like, boom. Ka-chow. Clam. Like, even the color changes. It's kind of jarring a little bit. Just a tiny bit jarring. I'm debating on the outline now. I'm thinking. Bear with me. It might look better if we have the leg, like, not in the same spot, but, like, preparing to step there. Like, he's walking already and coming out of the shadow form. We also want it a little bit bigger. And then we can even take, like, eyedropper. Take his, like, purple. And overlay his purple to the, like, where the arm roughly was. So it's like his arm is coming out from the darkness. The black shadow can also, the sword itself, we can make lighter a little bit. Like it's up here almost. Because as soon as it materializes... Yeah? No? Is that a good idea? I have no bloody idea. But we're gonna try it. Because why not? I kind of want to take the outline off, to be honest, on the void tear. I definitely want to take the outline off. We'll see how it looks after. And if it really doesn't work, then we can change it. But, like, I don't really know. So we'll see. We're experimenting in this together, so that's the shadow, isn't it? Okay. So we want to get rid of this. Okay, that's all that gone. How does that look up here? Not bad. Honestly? His legs aren't as beefy as they're supposed to be, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad. All right. Sure. Now, we want to paint bucket to take the dark purple, maybe. I didn't just do that again, did I? I did it again. I did it again. I literally just did that again. I'm bad at this. How do I fix? I need to select void terror. I need to select this color. I need to deselect sword. I should select black actually and deselect sword. Yes, it's these two and these two and these two and these three. And then, yes, it's all of this. All right. Back to void terror. Okay. So on the void terror, we select a purple, we paint bucket, we go badoom. Why? Right, it's all in the smoke layer, that's why. Okay, it's less jarring when he's... Whoops. It's less jarring when he's the same color, so... And that's slightly before that, so it needs to, like... Thing is, by 8, he's standing and then he's walking. So I need to... Like his one leg is forward. That one just carried him. I'm making this way more complicated than I need to. Like, honestly. I ran out of tea as well. It's very depressing. Yeah, so basically the movement is small enough that this is supposed to be he's materializing here. Let's cut back. I just did it again, didn't I? Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's cut back on this just a bit. And then it's gonna form into him. Okay. Sure. And these all have that on it, but that's why it's still there. It's from that one. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alt-C. Bye. So, that's forming into him standing there. And we may as well actually put in the other arm on the other side, just so that I know where it is for future reference, because I'm probably not going to be doing this much longer tonight. We're going to bring it out like this, and this is going to be his, like, fist. Okay. More like that. Yeah, more like that. What's the eyedropper? Literally eye. Okay. Dark. Boom. And we can even do it like that as well. And we go eye, boom, light, and we just go light, 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 light. Even a light here on that finger. But you know what? We want darkness there too. Just all over the hand. There we go. And then eyedropper 2, I'll just grab this and I'll make a vague, like... I want the first couple of frames at least, so... So on this one, there can be a couple of extra pixels that disappear. Like a bunch of extra pixels, actually. We'll have some disappear on this one, just so that... Yeah, that's not bad. Sure. And then we want 8 to be the same thing, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete everything on 8. We're going to come back to 9. And we're going to select this whole thing and do Control C. Come back to frame 8 and Control V. So that's frame 8. Yeah, it'll go quick enough that it won't actually be jarring. Cool. So before 8, so 7, we probably want an even smaller, like, version of the smoke, and we should even, like, let's just get rid of the smoke altogether on that one. Oh no, what did I do? I accidentally just, like, annihilated those frames. Okay. They're back. We're good. Not all is lost. This one, we want that gone and that gone. And then what we're going to do basically is we want to look at this. And we're going to take that color again, that same color. And we'll even just like kind of do a more wispy version. Actually, it'll be like more hollowed out. It'll be more of the like tornado that is the Void Terror. What am I doing? What am I doing? It's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be more like... It's gonna be even more amorphous. Just like... smaller. Like this. Yeah. A little bit more dug out there, like that. Probably a little bit, add a little bit of depth to that curve and a little bit more there. Cool. And then this can be a thing too. Cool. And then what we'll do is we'll actually take a darker version of this. Or a lighter version even, like, let's use a lighter version actually, because this art is already dark enough as it is. And we'll just add some streaks. To give it a little bit of that swirly motion. Which we also want to have the wispy parts coming. Like from all around. more of this as like kind of an action, kind of, it's floating in. And then we almost want to add just a little bit more shadow now to this frame, where previously we had less, and there'll be more of a fallout of shadow once that happens. Kind of. If that makes sense. So it fades and then fades even more. Yeah. Cool. I'm liking this keyframe, so let's take our selection again. Control C, bring it over to this one, Control V. So now we have frame 6. We have 6 and 7, which forms into that, which could seem pretty quick, but that's fine. It's meant to be a quick transformation. The rest of this won't be quick, so it'll be more like 4 and 5 are going to be this, but the tornado is just moved a little bit more, so it's like moving, sliding in. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take 5 and delete it, and we'll take 4 and delete it, and we'll look at 5 again because 6 is there to show. And we want to move it over a little bit, but we also want to be reversed just slightly. So we'll probably start down here and we'll rotate out like this, and we'll be even smaller this time, because in this frame this is the color we chose for this. Yeah, I don't know, it seems like it might be a little bit too far away, so we're gonna bring it over. I don't know if that's gonna be readable enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually take it and we're gonna do that with it. So it kind of jumps up into that form. I want to take the eyedropper on this purple. Come back a keyframe. And then we're just going to do the same thing that we did before with the motion kind of. Just a little bit. Not crazy this time. And then shadow-wise, we're going to fold in a lot of these shadows. And there's going to be there's a lot more on the exterior now because they haven't formed into the creature yet. So all of this is forming into the Void Terror. And there's even more like out this way. Yeah. Alright. Take this. Boom. Boom. And we want to add more of these action-y lines here. We're actually going to take an even brighter gray this time. New. And we're going to lighten it up a little bit more even. Further out. Because it's slowing down at that point before it forms into him. Cool. So that's 5. So we're going to take our selection tool again. C, Control V on frame 4. So 4 now. Whoops. So 4 now. Yeah. That looks good. 4. I almost want this one to be a little bit less like him and more like the tornado. So I'm going to actually take my thing here and I'm going to cut into the Void Terror just slightly in certain parts and places. So it's like he's still forming. What frame were we on? Yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah, because then it looks like, so it's shadow and then it's a figure with a sword. And then it forms into him. Cool. So, C. Go back to 9. We'll delete, and then we'll V in that one. And that should look... Yeah, that's better, because that stage wasn't quite in the middle for me. Enough. How long has it been muted? No! Oh. What a shame. It must have been muted. Paul Misa? Is it Misa? Apologize if I have pronounced that incorrectly, but hello and welcome. Yes, it was muted. Unintentionally, however. Unfortunately. But welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, we were doing grays here. There we go. Like, swirling. What a shame. It really was. Although I'll probably... I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to post this directly to YouTube. I'm thinking I might do it in the form of a time-lapse. And then in that case, like, it won't matter if I'm talking or not. You're on the wrong account. Well then. I suppose it's up to you to fix that one. If you desire. Add that. And then there's that lighter gray that we were talking about earlier, but apparently was lost in translation. Or something like that. Oh my goodness, music guy. What? What? What a shocker. Man, it's been so long. Dude. I'm seeing all the old, like, everyone that used to hang around is coming in today. And it's kind of crazy. I've been good. It's busy. Life is very busy and difficult sometimes, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm working on a little animated figure for my kind of a certain widget for my Twitch. Because in the next few months, I'll be moving over there officially for my streams and such. I hope you've been well. I hope you've been enjoying your life. What have you been up to, man? Music guy. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. That's insane. Also, this shadow is starting to actually look pretty cool. It almost looks like wings, to be honest. Okay, let's grab our light purple again. And we're just going to put in a little bit, like the tiniest touch of that rotation. Maybe like 1 or 2 down here. Growing up, that's fair. That's very fair. It kind of happens. Okay, how does this look? That to that, to that, to that, to that. Looks good to me. Looks excellent to me. So let's copy this over to frame number 2. And frame number 1's kind of empty, unfortunately. But what we can do, actually, for 1... You were feeling nostalgic? I did that recently, actually. And I just happened to be streaming. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad that the day you chose to do that was today. I've only been coming on, like, every Thursday or every other Thursday, depending on how busy I've been. So, You lucked out in that case. We're gonna have to add another frame in here. And it's gonna have to be frame 11 that he's fully formed. Well, actually, I'm having every 2 frames them move. So we almost want to do another new frame of that one. And that's a full 2 frames per. So this last one needs to be everything whooshing in from the right. Have you heard from anybody? Not really. Well, it's weird because, like, in the stages of that, right, there was Kiwi and Yellow that inspired me, and they were the huge ones. And then I started and got fairly big, and people were getting inspired by that. But at the same time as that, all these other ones showed up, like Peter Jank and the like the main that community news channel he made. But I haven't really heard from them. And last I looked back, there's still people making TCGs, but they're all new. They're all new faces. Like all of the people from back then don't actually do the videos anymore. Some of them do. Like Chaos Galaxy still at it, which is incredible. Yeah, TCG News. I haven't seen a video from him in a long time, but I actually watched a video Kiwi uploaded a ways back, which was kind of him talking about his experience with that community. Kind of, I want to say, like, back about what it was like when he was younger and kind of why he stopped. And he talked about the nostalgia and other stuff like that. But ultimately, I don't know. The video, it had some interesting things to say in it. It's worth watching if you're on the nostalgia trip. I would go watch it. And I have thought, since I watched that, should I do one? Because there's still people that come into my streams here and ask about Silmac, and I'm like, guys, it's been like, how many years now? 4, 5? It's been like 4 or 5 years since I stopped. And you know, I've thought about other games. I've made other games. I just haven't actually uploaded them because what I want to do is stream games. This is preparing for that. I'm going to be switching over my channel soon to fully separate everything, if that makes sense. So I'm working on graphics for that. But yeah, TCG News, he was big. I'm actually curious now, so I'm gonna actually pull up YouTube. You'd love to hear about it. Well, I'm still working on a lot of things. I've only really just started. But what I can show you is my theoretical new logo, which should be on the screen now. Oh, but it's behind me. There it is. This is my theoretical new logo. The colors are a work in progress and will most likely change. But yeah, working on it. Things are happening. And this is, of course, something that I'm working on for Twitch as well. You remember when... Oh, I know. Like, the Game Crafter was still new, and now there's other websites to use. Bees. Oh, I forgot about the bees. Yeah. I forgot about that. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Homemade TCG. Let's see what we pull up. If we filter for the... Let's filter this month. Are there any names I recognize? There's probably a lot of names here that I should recognize, but don't. But there's none that immediately jump out at me. Rune TCG, I believe. They were around before. I'm not seeing any others, though. That's the thing. Everyone just kind of went silent and disappeared. Wow, is this actually a homemade TCG? Like, who is this? Illumescent art. That's like high quality, like anime graphics. Look at this. Look at this. Is it visible? Yeah, look at that. Look at the art. That's fantastic. Same thing here. Same, the same channel. Wow. They know how to do their art, I guess. But no, I'm not seeing any familiar names. Oh, there's more. There's more from that channel. That's kind of crazy. The game has evolved so far. Well, thing is what's great about this community, there's still ones like this, which is just straight up like someone cut out cards and drew. And you know what this reminds me of? This drill reminds me a little bit of that tornado that I made with the spiral at the top. I did spirals a lot, actually. You joined one of the Discord servers recently. For what? For the homemade card games? Weird. Yep, here's Chaos Galaxy 1 month ago. Still going, set 4. I don't know how he does it. He's the longest running one ever. And what's crazy about Chaos Galaxy is, like, he's up to 26.2 thousand subscribers. And I think, if I think about it, I'm like, well, if I kept at it, I probably would have been right there next to him. Because, you know, we talked. Like, we actually talked outside of just videos. We communicated. And I don't know. Seeing that he just kept going on and everyone else stopped, you know. I don't know. It's a weird feeling. There isn't anyone who remembers the people we watched. Everyone from our era feels like a distant memory. What, in the server? Like, people talking in the Discord servers say that? That's kind of sad. Because back when I started, like, that's what we had. We had the people that had stopped recently, because both Yellow and Kiwi, that inspired me, they had both stopped. And there wasn't anyone big in the community when I joined. Yeah, really. But no, like... I'm in his featured TCG maker. I don't... did he actually put that up? Or is that just, like, other TCG makers that have a decent chunk of subscribers that YouTube is pulling from Chaos Galaxy? You asked if people knew Kiwi, KJ, Kai, or Yellow Duck. No one knew any of them. Really? That's kind of sad, because that's where all this started. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't... Like, you know what I mean? There'd be so many people that wouldn't have gotten into it. What about TCG News and me and Chaos Gal? Are they all... Do they know of them? Out of curiosity? Purely out of curiosity? Yeah, look. TCG News 3 years ago was his most recent video. He just disappeared. Same thing on Peter Jank, I believe. He had like a... It was his channel before he made TCG News. I don't think this is him. No. No, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Jank TV. Yeah, this was his old. And thing is this, he had a recent video. Yeah, 5 months ago was when I looked this up. And this How to Play Amethyst video was like, it had just come out. I was like, what? No way. He's uploading again. But like, it's a random How to Play video for a game that he made, which is cool. He's still making games, and it looks fun. But, like, I didn't know it was a thing, and it's just a video he just randomly put up. Like, nothing about it. It's crazy. Same with the old IPGs, paper games. I know one person knew you, but nobody knew TCG News or Wanted Striker. Really? They all must be new people, then, in that channel, if they don't know like any of us from before. I find it kind of hard to believe. Either that, or they like, this kind of sad to say, but either that or they just kind of purposely forgot because everyone left. Wow. Remember, wait, TCG News Yellow Duck? What is this? I don't know, it was 6 years ago. They were all new. Fair. Thing is I still get views on those old videos. Like, people still find them and watch them, which is kind of crazy, actually. Let me pull up my metrics real quick. I know I've completely been derailed from my pixel art now, and I was actually pretty close to turning it off for the day, but I don't mind chatting. I want to be able to sit and talk with people watching, with you, music guy. We're like a generation apart. Thing is, it hasn't been that long. Like, 5 years isn't actually that much time. It's not like a full generation has changed. We inspired people who inspired the new people. Did we? Thing is, when I look through, I guess, I don't know, it's probably because I don't know the community, but like, I guess because I don't know the community, I'm not aware of who those new inspired people were, or if they made games. Every time I've looked up in the community, there aren't really any channels that are massive. Let me see. Videos. We're gonna sort by most viewed. Jeez, yeah, some of these are still... Dreamscape TCG pack opening. Okay, this doesn't actually tell me what I wanted to see. I want to see, like... Yeah, like, in the last 48 hours... I don't know if this is because you were going back and looking at nostalgic things, but there were 2 views on, like, the second video I ever made, 2 on the how to make a card game, 2 on... Looks like a terrain dimension episode... No, that's a train. 2 on a light dimension episode. 2 on the first one. 1 on the pack opening when I got them from the Game Crafter. There's a video on the final Nier Automata video, but... Oh, and 1 on the battle with Connor, even. It's like, there's views on those videos. Still, that's all in the last 48 hours. If I extend that to, let's see, last, can we look at videos for top videos in the last 28 days? For some reason, Monster Master has gotten huge, but, some like videos, last 28 days, 25 views on whatever this one is. Episode 15. There's still people finding them. Like, the videos are showing up when people search for homemade TCGs. And you know YouTube's a little off in that because if you remember a second ago when I typed in, watch this, homemade TCG. There's videos from 4 days ago, but also 9 months ago. And like stuff from 3 years ago is still showing up when you type that in. Look, 5 years ago, Chaos Galaxy 6. So like, there's stuff showing up, especially if you don't like. That's why I said this month, because otherwise things were gonna show up from forever ago. Sort by relevance, upload date, view count, and rating. I wonder if I click view count, what'll happen. Yeah, Chaos Galaxy with the several hundred K. Here's that B1 you were talking about, the Hive. 5 years ago. TCG with Gamecrafter. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. The Hive again. Wow, you've got me on a tangent. But it's nice to see that that community still lives on. Like it hasn't grown, but it has. It's been like a constant feed. People leave, but people come in. New people that find it, like card games, like trading cards. Too young to buy them because trading cards are expensive, so they make their own. Like, it's fun. It's entertaining to do. Anyway, I'm gonna finish up these last couple of frames so that I can end for the day, unfortunately, because I've got to get some dinner because I have early work tomorrow. So I'm gonna work on fixing this. It has grown a lot. Look at Chaos Galaxy. I know, that's what I was saying. Chaos Galaxy had like tens of thousands of subscribers. It's because he kept going. He stuck on. So the people that wanted to watch after a lot of us quit, they had no one else to watch. So they watched new people, but they also watched him. And because of that, I think he's been a rock in the community, which is insane. All of them have active games. Cool. Is Chaos Galaxy in it? Or is it like his server or something? It's been nice going down memory lane. We can still talk about it for sure. I just want to try and finish this up instead of Googling everything. Where was I? I don't even know now. I needed it to like fade in. So the shadows are going to, at this point, they're actually going to fade out a little bit, actually. So we need to have less overall because it's like, You need to go grab lunch. You'll come back another time. It was nice hearing. It was very nice seeing you, Music Guy. Hopefully I'm here when you come back from lunch, but if not, have a good day. Enjoy your time. And thank you for dropping in. It's been a pleasure to chat and and look through the YouTube search field of homemade TCG. That's kind of a memory thing. But yeah, enjoy. Thanks for dropping in. So now that, you know, my mic is actually working, let's talk and finish this up, shall we? We probably want, like, yeah, new ones coming in from over here. And this one. And just, like, small ones here, so that it has somewhere to grow from. And then we'll grab the grays. What was the eyedropper? Again, I've already forgotten. Here it is. I found it. Okay. And we want to go ahead and grab... Let's just, like... shade some of these so that it not only bulks them out just a bit, but it gives, once again, a little bit of depth and a little bit of movement, almost. Here we go. Awesome. Oh, wait, I missed one. Here we go. So, if we then take this, Control C, we go back and Control B. So that's that frame. It goes into that, which might be a little bit too jarring. So you know what we'll do is we'll actually add in a little, just like even smaller wispy bit. Thanks, Music Guy. You as well. There we go. So basically we want to copy that in for that first frame again. Paste it in. Okay. So that's that, and then it I almost want to extend it by 2 more frames. Hello. How are you doing? Delightful reminders with Nikki. Can I just call you Nikki? Should I? Unless you prefer something else. Welcome. How are you doing today? Yeah, I'm gonna add 2 more frames at the start of this, I think. Yeah. That way, the first 2 frames can be even less minimal than that. Because that to that seems a little jarring, but it wasn't terrible. This almost looks like a female version. And then it just fills out. But, I don't know. Alright. Let's, 1, 2... Yeah, here we go. You're using your mom's account. Okay. Okay. Then, you don't have access to your computer. That's fine. That's entirely okay. Glad you could make it, though. I guess we'll just call you stranger. Yeah, so we want to delete that. That way we can come back to this frame. And we just want the little bit of wispiness coming in. We probably even want it a little bit smaller than that. Just because it's the, like, appearance of the smoke and mist. And we even want, like, kind of a... That looks kind of neat. I do use a sprite. Good eye. Occasionally, it's bad. If you were here earlier in the stream, you would have seen me putting the wrong stuff on the wrong layers, and it was kind of a mess. But it's all part of the journey, right? All right, just a little bit of that gray. Go. Probably on this side of that. And we want the middle pieces to be... Let's actually grab our paint bucket and we'll just... It's better than using my drawing tablet. There we go. That's better. Did we have purple on that part? No, we didn't. You know what? Let's add just a little bit of purple in to this frame because I think that'll be important. Just to keep it flowing. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of purple. And then we can even do some purple here. That looks not bad. Okay. And then we're just going to grab our lighter gray. Extend off of this just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Awesome. Do you use a sprite as well? Is that why you're familiar with it? I'm liking these shadows now so much that this just looks kind of noisy. Like the to kind of... The separate pixels are a little awkward. Oh, thank you. That's really nice to hear. I really don't think it looks good, but but thank you. Yes? Oh, that's good. Use it for anything in particular, or just to pass the time? Quite a few projects? That's cool. That's very cool. Okay, all these like fragmented pixels is bothering me a little bit, so I kind of want to connect them a little bit more and just make it a little bit more shadowy. Like that. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. And then, of course, we want to copy it over to here. So we're going to highlight and Control C. And then we're going to come back to frame 12. Delete. Oh, Control undo. Frame 12. Delete the frame. There we go. And then on this one, we want it to be a little bit more smoky as well. Pass the time school projects. That's cool. And designs. Neat. Are you in like a programming class or such? Something of the sort? Yeah, that looks a little awkward. I want to... That's not terrible. There we go. It's not terribly bad. That's pretty good. You plan on taking some in the future? That'd be cool. I never ended up taking programming in high school, and kind of sad I didn't, because I think I would have enjoyed it. But alas. We probably want one up this way just a bit because of the previous frame. Yeah. And it kind of just fades a little bit more. This one can be like that, fading down almost. Neat. Okay. And then we'll take this frame, highlight, Control C, this frame, delete. I guess it's just the shadow frame that we're pasting in new. Whoops, that's a Windows key. V. There we go. Cool. Let's see how it looks. Oh. How do I manage that? Alright, well, let's just add it in, shall we? There we go. Those two are the same. Those are more wispy, shadowy. There's less like orphaned pixels. And then we need to... I can't believe I forgot that. Control C. Come over here. Oh, whoops, that's wrong. Come over here. Control V. Boom. So the smoke appears. Forms into more forms. The tornado begins appearing. The tornado spirals and grows. Starts to take shape. Weapon. And it's standing at the end. Cool. Oh yeah. I just took a sip out of that. I forgot it was empty, though. Okay. Let's play that for... I'll sit back and watch it for a second. It looks good. I don't know if for what I'm using it for, it's too slow. I'm thinking it might be too slow. Because I ended up adding 4 frames on top of what I was already envisioning the transformation to be. So I might cut out... I could either cut the frames in half. Can I do the play it back? Like without looping? Or you just want to watch it? Go the first frame. Right click, show playback options. Rewind on stop, that's a thing? Definitely isn't rewinding. Typo, oh, no problem. It's too slow. I think it looks good, but... I could either cut all, because every frame I have 2 frames worth. So I could either cut it in half to 7 frames, or I could just cut out 4 frames somewhere, and some of them would be 1, some of them would be 2. I don't know if that would look right. Let's try cutting out all of the duplicates and just seeing what happens. Let's cut out frame 2. You know what we'll do before we do that, though? I'm going to be a smart cookie. I'm going to save my project. Save as void terror. I can't type. Void terror for Twitch. Okay. It looks like the shadows are fading in to make one shape. It looks good. Oh, thank you. I mean, that is kind of what I was going for. So I'm glad that it looks like what I was going for. The feedback is much appreciated. Okay, let's try this out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that's cut the frames in half. Let's see what it looks. It's almost too fast now, which is what I was afraid of. Although all the motion with the shadows really does look like there's a lot of I think what I'll try doing is, what's the new frame? Alt N. Let's do Alt N on that frame, and that frame. And we'll see what that looks like. So it's slower off the bat, and then it speeds up. No, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right at all. It's a little fast now. How to fix? How to fix? I can try adding frames to the last 4. Let's try doing that. Alt N on this one, and this one. Okay, I gotta start it from the beginning. It's not bad because it's like the shadows rush in and then they slow down as he forms. Might have to log off due to internet connection. All right. Probably in 50 minutes to 2 hours from now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was actually planning on, once I got like the framework for him appearing, I was probably going to end the stream because it's my... it's around the time when I would be looking for dinner, so I need to go make some food because I'm hungry and I work early in the morning, so I want to make sure this looks good before I leave, though. So I'm not leaving quite yet. Because it doesn't look bad this way like the other way did, but it looks weird that it goes fast and then slows down. Like, it needs to be one consistent speed. Let me put in all of these frames again. So we're back up to 14. Let's watch it again. I almost think I should... Can we play it at... Not twice the speed, but 1.5 times the speed. That would probably fix this. Because that's kind of what we're going for. We don't want double the speed. We watched it. It was too fast. Let's see. That's not bad. That's actually not too bad. So playing at 1.5 times the speed is kind of what we're going for there. And then the idea is he will walk for another like 30 frames and then he'll fade out. And then it'll loop to him fading back in again at the start. Cool. Cool. It looks good. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I was not 100% sold, but I suppose it does, actually. I suppose it does look pretty good. You know what I will do, just to round it out just a little bit, is add that gray part of the smoke to these final frames. Just a little bit of it. Not a whole... Oh, I can't use my mouse for this. I won't have the... There we go. The control we want. Just a little bit of gray. Yeah, like that. And just a little bit inside maybe as well. Cool. Okay, let's copy this because it'll be faster. See? Come back over to here, delete this frame, and then paste the new one in. And then same thing over here. We want to add in a little bit of this gray, just a touch. At the beginning, the shadows fade in, and then they settle down slowly as the figure settles into the frame. Yeah, it definitely works. Cool. I didn't have any gray on that part, so cool. Control C. This one, delete, Control V. Okay. Excellent. I'm happy with that. I am very happy with that. All right. Well, I'm hungry, so I'm sorry, but I should go so that I can make food for the evening. But yeah, thank you for joining for, unfortunately, a small portion of the end of the stream. But it's still been nice to chat and hang out and work on some pixel art. Yeah, it's been a good stream. It's the first time I've tried to do anything art related. So it took me a little bit to get going, but once I got going, I woke up a little bit and actually got into it and made something that looks pretty decent. It's not done yet. I've still got things to work out. Like, now that he's formed, I have to have him walk across the screen, or just walk in place, I guess, and the shadows fade out again and just break so that it loops back into him forming again. Don't know if I'll do that on stream or not. I might not. Depends on if I want to get to it when I have time, but not enough time to stream or not. If not, then it will be something that will be easily able to watch and see on the Twitch channel once it's up and running and I completely make the switch over. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. So if you're watching this as a YouTube video after the fact, thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and think about subscribing to the channel so that you're notified whenever I come live or upload a video again. Thanks to everybody who came out to the stream today. It has been nice to chat. It's been nice to chat with a lot of older faces that I'm not used to seeing, but it's been very nice to kind of catch up. So yeah, that does it. So thank you all very much for coming out and watching this video, and I'll see you all next time under the sun. Sunlord is up. Have a good day and have a good evening wherever you are in the world.